people read ads about things they already own. They don't read things to buy them, but feel reassured that they have already bought the right thing. In other words, they get huge information satisfaction from ads, far more than they do from the product itself. Where advertising is heading is quite simply into a world where the ad will become a substitute for product. But all the satisfactions will be derived informationally from the ad. The product will be merely a number in some file somewhere.
The year is 1983. 2,000 tomorrows from now. The world you live in is dramatically different. Now, exposure to unprocessed air for more than 30 minutes has been declared hazardous to your health by the Surgeon General. Vehicles run noiselessly on tracks within the tubes. The driver simply selects his terminal destination and then relaxes or works during the trip. Major traffic arteries automatically link vehicles with a common destination. They are pulled by a single high-efficiency motor car to conserve energy. Bell Centrex picture phone systems are now in wide use in residential areas. Litigation still delays their installation at pay telephones due to the first arrest for indecent exposure by long distance. An aggressive Congress has succeeded in declaring American telephone and telegraph a corporate monopoly. The 17 new companies created by the breakup are responsible for information calls being dropped to a reasonable 50 cents each. Medical science announces the last known case of cancer was eradicated in Mombasa, Kenya in December 1982. The medium known as radio has survived, but it bears little resemblance to the archaic technology of the 70s. Tape has become obsolete as a means of recording and playing sound. Now, a mini computer's digital memory stores up to 2 continuous hours of music per punch card. The frequency range of radio stations has been expanded to 25 hertz through 20 kilohertz. Because of the cable, all signals are equal in strength and quality. Instantaneous feedback is now universally used to determine ratings. Every station is equipped with electronic readouts showing the exact number of receivers tuned to their channel at any given moment. The Arbitron book for Los Angeles is now 700 pages long. We take you now to a radio station in 1983.
New to you on K9 Kid Power Radio, that's the big one. C-Spot Dick Jane from the supergroup Minneapolis St. Paul. You got the squirrely thing to do, Billy Squirrel with the satellite sounds for listeners 9 and under. K9 Kitty Radio.
K9 Kitty Radio.
At last, an erotic movie for 9-year-olds and under. Tiny Throat. See what happens when an innocent game of doctor gets out of hand.
Tiny Throat. It'll make your tinker toy.
Complete news next on K9 Kid Power Radio. Give us 15 seconds of your time and we'll give you the world.
Watch for the mobile abortion clinic in your neighborhood. Open this week from midnight to 4 a.m. in the alley behind the Dixie Motel.
Here's the news. A wink is a wink for all you people who don't want to think.
This is Barbara Walters with the news. Washington, 2 people. Newark, a windmill, and an armadillo. Details of these stories when I return.
The news is brought to you by Pennywise Pound Foolish, the leading financial magazine aimed at that group with the greatest purchasing power, 9 and under. That's you. Insist that your mommy or daddy read you this week's issue tonight.
Barbara Walters again with the news. The infamous Carter tapes are in the news again today as newly elected U.S. President Idi Amin announced the entire Carter tape library would be released to the American public on his own Fat Black Cat label. Mamie Eisenhower revealed today she had recently undergone a sex change operation. Gordon McClendon today announced plans to sell NBC, saying, "This is absolutely the last of my networks I plan to sell." In Washington today, 2 people, and in Newark, a windmill and an armadillo. And finally, in this hour's news, the radioactive cloud is over Little Rock moving toward New Orleans.
K9 News.
It's nothing intellectual.
K9 News.
If you're intellectual.
Somewhere in this great city of ours is Sork, the rabid dog. Taped to the belly of that dog is a new crisp $1,000 bill from K9 Radio. Yes, it's another K9 Kid Power contest. The rules are simple. $1,000 to you if you grab the right rabid dog.
Hey, here's the big one. This week's fastest rising record on the old top 9. It's the Brass Balls and Gerber's Strain Beef Blues.
Music is a manipulation of people in a very special way. Music is a manipulation of people in a very special way. They
said we don't play music, we play programming. That's their own motto. We do not play music, we play programming. Music puts on a huge audience, which is not invited to even notice that it's being put on. But it is a tranquilizer, that's the one. Yes, but so are all the media in their unconscious aspects. They're all tranquilizers. I study these hidden environments at all times. All the media in their unconscious aspects. They're all tranquilizers. But anytime we choose, we can turn off the damn switches.
Wherever you are, reach for K2R and lift that spot clean out. K2R, K2R, K2R.
Now K9 Kid Power Radio leaves the air forever. This is Billy Squirrel tucking you in. Nighty-night.
Funk Country.
Hey, you freeloading fathers and redneck mothers, now there's a sound mean enough for you. Truckers, convicts, and sandhogs. The dirtier you are, the better you like us. So you juvenile delinquents rip off someone's radio. Lay back in a heap with a hot beer, crowbar, and me. I'm Billy Goat and I'm a country punk. I wanna whip your cow. I wanna whip your cow. Show me how. I wanna hear
Somewhere in the city of ours tonight roams Zork, the canine greased pig. Stuffed in the orifice of that pig's body is a not so clean, not so crisp $1,000 bill from Canine of Yours Radio. The rules are simple. $1,000 to you if you grab the right greased pig.
This hour's news is brought to you by Shit Kicker Boots, the boots with the pointed toes for kicking shit in corners.
How's it coming, Delmas? Well, pretty good, Leon. Say, did you hear about that guy over at the state prison that tried to eat his way out of jail? He was swallowing all the dirt, you know, so there wouldn't be no evidence. Got too fat for the tunnel.
Well, here's an amusing item. Guy tried to skin his wife.
Hey, how'd that chicken basketball game turn out last night, Leon?
I don't know. I left after 17 overtimes with the score still tied 0-0 and 329 chickens dead.
Well, here's a farm report. This farmer walked into a drugstore in Atoka and said, "Give me a jar of mustard." The druggist told him he wanted the grocery store across the street. That's the farm report.
Looks like it might rain.
That's the news and it's our views. If you don't agree, go get screwed.
This is former naval officer, former farmer, former President Jimmy Carter. Tired of not being able to talk when you damn well want to? Be a road hog. Your friends won't need their ears on when you talk to them on your new Road Hog 50,000 watt clear channel CB unit. Talk to all your buddies on the Alaskan pipeline. Ask for the Ethel Merman autograph model.
Billy Goat, country punk.
All right, put your boots on. It's gonna get deep. Here's the Stiffs. Chicken in the bread pan, picking up dough. Dance for the guy whose ratings are low. RCA, MCA, promenade for the KHJ.
Country KHJ.
Give that nice BD a squeeze. Forget about those ARBs. I'm in around in a do-si-do. The Oso PD. Say hello to Chicago. Program director, circle left. Promo men, circle right. Skip right up and meet in the center. Kiss and hug, a real tight. Yeah.
So, what of tomorrow? Technology is often running in quantum leaps. Radio may be linked by a mere thread to the customs of today. Two things are certain. It will still need listeners, and it will still have programming and marketing problems right now.
If you're surrounded with banality of programming, then why not devote your powers to discerning patterns and exciting matters in the banalities, doing a sort of